Okay. Okay, welcome to the Carcast podcast.
Horrorcast.
Horrorcast.
Yes.
Because we are selling our bodies.
Yep. I decided to move my snuggle prices up.
Your snuggle prices. Okay.
Yes, I've decided to move them up to. What I decide? 69
cents.
cents.
Cents?
Yeah.
Per
hour.
Because snuggling is its own reward, ladies.
How you doing? Taken, by the way. Just let y'all know.
Not taken. I'm just saying.
On the market, 70 cents.
70 cents. Yeah, I'm a little bit more expensive because I'm in demand.
See?
Okay, and I believe before the podcast you were telling me a story. Greg, would you like to
Yes.
tell it for the listeners at
Yes,
home?
I was letting out my little puppy, Molly, black-coated black retriever.
That's a
50 pounds.
fluffy, floofer.
She thinks she's
doggo.
a lap dog. She's the cutest thing
The
I've
dog,
ever.
the larger ones always do.
So cute.
Okay.
Anyway, you noticed she had a little bit more energy than usual, so I had to take her out for a nice little jaunt,
Little run around.
little roundabout
Okay.
place where we live.
Mhm.
Take her for a little jaunt. She pees, does her business, runs her circles before she poops. Doing that,
Checking out the ground.
I decided to race her. Just to, get a little bit more of that energy.
I
out.
mean, sometimes dogs need that.
Yeah. So I was doing that, and I proceeded to take off sandals because I was lazy and didn't want to put on shoes. And
Of course.
You're not going to run in sandals because that's how you break an ankle.
you don't always know that you're gonna run out. So
Exactly.
So sometimes you just wear sandals.
Yeah.
You never know when you're gonna Usain Bolt
Exactly.
it.
Oh, and I was Usain Bolting it for about 3 feet.
3 feet. Okay.
Let's
cool.
get down to the nitty gritty here. Take off the sandals. I take off. Just immediately just start. 1, 2, 1, 2. Look back to see if my dog is
Yeah.
proceeding to run along next to me. As I look back to her, as in the direction that I was running,
Mhm.
I proceed to look forward and realize that I'm losing my balance.
Losing altitude.
I'm losing hardcore altitude. Being at the height I am, I had realized that I could just figure out how to roll. Figure out how to...
Yeah, you being at our height, you have a lot more time to process what's going to happen
and
before
how
you
it's
hit the
going to
ground.
hurt. Well, I was at probably peak speed, because I haven't been running in 5 years, which is probably like 8 miles an hour for me.
Yeah. Maximum overhaul.
Max. I hit the NOS. I still didn't win. But quarter mile, quarter inch, wins a win.
Yeah,
Misquoted that Need for Speed. Fast and Furious reference. So sorry. Anyway, running, hit the ground. I slide about 10 feet. Like this.
Chest.
Like
okay,
Superman.
like baseball slide.
Oh yeah, like Superman.
Okay, cool.
Molly proceeds to look back at me like,
What did you just do?
You're embarrassing me.
This is what you get for doing that two-legged crap.
We are in public, and you decided to run.
You just decided to race, lose, and then lose ungracefully.
Exactly. And she just stopped immediately after I fell. She just stopped and looked at me like,
What are you doing back there, Greg?
get up. So she came up and made sure I was okay. And then just continued on our day. Giant grass stain down my shorts, down my shirt.
Down whatever clothing
I hurt
you
my
were
tri
wearing.
like I was working out. I wasn't working
You
out.
weren't working out.
God, no.
Oh, Lord.
I fell and I'm a tad bit sore.
You're a tad bit sore.
I am a lot sore, actually.
I mean, I don't think any pain that you're feeling is comparable
No.
to the amount of embarrassment that you put upon your poor dog.
I know, and she...
How can you do that?
I don't know. I have no clue how I could do that to her. I'm ashamed of myself. I should buy her a
You should
toy.
be.
I should buy her a squeaky toy.
You should do something.
Brush her. No, she doesn't like to be brushed.
You need to trip her to even the playing field.
No, but then she looks at me like, why'd you do that to me?
That's a very good point.
With those puppy eyes, just
Why are you doing this to me,
why?
Greg?
Why'd you trip me?
Okay, I regret making that suggestion now. 'Cause
Exactly.
Now I'm feeling.
Now you're the monster.
Now I'm feeling
now
some
you
second-hand
are
sad.
the monster.
I'm a monster.
You are a monster.
Yeah, but aren't we all?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So yeah, you're not functioning at 100%.
Oh God, no.
No,
My whole
okay.
right side is
on fire.
A tidbit sore.
Tidbit.
Just a tid.
Just a factoid sore. Okay.
Little tid.
Alrighty. So, I have some topics that I would like us to talk about today.
Proceed.
Okay. Guilty. So the first two are kind of tied together. Guilty pleasure songs. Songs
Okay.
that you'll listen to that maybe not like full on guilty pleasure. Maybe not the ones where it's like.
But you have no shame listening to.
Yeah.
Deal.
Kind of like you should like. Like I don't know if I should be listening to this, but like at the same time, it's not like deadbolt the door, make sure no one's around before I'm listening to it. If you have any of those and are feeling free to share them, then by all means go ahead. But I'm just talking about the kind where like if someone was like, "Are you listening?" you'd be like, No,
man, I don't listen to that.
Like,
really? Probably anything Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga? Okay.
She draws you in.
Yeah, she really does.
It's like, I don't know what it is. I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just her aura.
Yeah.
Through the music is just like, oh.
Alrighty.
I will listen to you now.
It's just like, I can feel the meat dress coming through your music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the giant egg she arrived in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like
so
all
I'm
women.
in the egg.
You're in the egg with Gaga.
Yes.
Going Gaga in the egg.
Yes.
Going egg Gaga.
Ah!
Oh! Puns, ladies and gentlemen. Your daily source of Tuesday puns.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
Adam Lundy.
I'd say mine are most musical stuffed, and anything that could be in a remote musical format. And by that I mean anything with Idina Menzel.
Okay, so
like
you love Frozen.
Some like Disney. Okay, Frozen and
Oh, you can't go wrong with Tangled.
You can't go wrong, but people are still kind of like, what? Like,
Tangled's a beautiful movie. Okay.
It is. It
like
is
Brave?
visually stunning. Yes, Brave is great too, but not nearly as many songs.
That's true. Which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway. But like Frozen,
Mm-hmm.
Tangled, the Wicked soundtrack, like I'm okay with singing the guy stuff.
That's
all of
fair
the
enough.
female stuff, I still sing it, but people would be like, Like, I was riding in the car with my parents,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, one of those Sirius XM radio stations.
Of course.
And all of a sudden it starts playing Let It Go. And I was just like, let it go. But much to my internal dismay, I knew every aspect of that song. I just didn't know the lyrics. I knew the chord progression. I knew how many bars there were in between rests.
So
I
knew
everything
everything except the words.
No, I knew the words. I'm just saying, I was just like, and now this part cues up. And I'm just like, and now this part cues up. And I'm like, if I were watching the movie, this is what would be happening. I'm like, this is when she starts strutting. This is when she gets the eye stress. This is when she does the hair thing. Like, I knew it all.
The hair
and I was
flipped
just
through
like,
her shoulder
yeah,
somehow?
the clip through the shoulder, exactly. I was like, okay, and now is where she builds the ice bridge. And now is when she starts making the castle. I'm like, I knew all of this. She throws the doors open at this moment. I could pinpoint it.
That's good.
I could sync up the audio with the video flawlessly.
Good.
And so, but in the car, I was just like, I was just like, I'm not gonna do this because my parents are a little bit less shameless about that. So I knew that if I opened up the floodgates of me being like, let it go, my dad and my mom would be like, let it go, let it go. Like, I'd be like, and then I wouldn't, if I'm singing along to something,
so they'll sing
I
too.
want to be the only one singing along.
You want to be the star.
Because you're okay with, universally, everyone's okay with them singing along to something, and, absolutely loathes when other people sing along. It's just like, you're awful at this. I just want to listen to the song. But when you're doing it by yourself, you're just like, this is amazing.
This is me.
This is everything I
So
ever
you
wanted.
wanted to be Michael Jackson without the Jackson 5.
Exactly.
I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Okay, and then my follow-up question is singing in traffic.
Oh, I go full.
You go full out.
I go for every note that I can.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be like, I consider worst case scenario, someone's just like, what are you doing? And you just gotta be like, you're a grumpy pants. You're a spoil sport.
Exactly. You
And
aren't giving
best
me
case
any-
scenario, you're like that that YouTube video of the ginger kid singing Feel the Rain on Your Skin.
Oh, yeah.
Like that one. And
Yep.
he's like, and then the car pulls away and he's still singing out
Yep.
the window. Best case scenario.
That is
you
me.
become YouTube famous for
Exactly.
being awful at singing in traffic.
That is me.
Yeah. He is my soul animal.
Hey. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Which is weird because, like, there's an irony of a ginger kid being someone's soul animal.
Because they have no souls.
Yeah. I just realized the term is spirit animal. Okay. Yeah. But also, it's okay, you know, singing girly songs, but, like, the classic thing of, like, you're not allowed to sing this in traffic is hip-hop, rap, anything that comes up, and just, like, you know, that's like a classic trope in like skits, movies, or something. The white person is rapping along in traffic, like Office Space, stuff like that. The white guy is just like going hard at Tupac, and then all of a sudden, some guys pull up next to him, and he's just like,
I'll go
my
full
window.
hard Tupac, and then skip the one word.
Okay, yeah,
But
one
I
word.
will go full on. I do not care who pulls up next to me.
Respectable.
I will go at it, and I'll look at him too.
Yeah.
Fully at it and look at him, and then look away, as in I'm about to kill this. Heads
Okay.
up.
Yeah, I think for me, I feel a little bit disingenuous doing that, just because there's like, you know, out of the full spectrum of hip hop and rap, there's like maybe like 12 songs that I like, and like only 6 of them can I actually, like, would I be able to sing without having like lyrics in front of me?
Yes.
So it's always just like, I feel like I'm gonna pull up to someone and they're gonna be like, oh man, you listening to Life of Pablo, you listen to Kanye's new stuff? And I'd be like, no, not at all. And they'd be like, then why the hell are you doing this?
Exactly. Do you know this part coming up?
Yeah, just be
No.
like, you know, this is about the struggle, right? You know, this is about inner city communications and like and it's like,
Yeah, I do. Watch me rap this. You ready?
Yeah, see, you're like that. I'm just like, I don't know the backstory, so I kind of like, it's kind of like the person who's just like, I love Star Wars, and then just like, well, who shot first? And they're like, what? Like, it's just like, I feel like that guy,
Who
where it's
did
just like,
shoot first?
I don't know, hand shot first.
course.
He's a rebel, okay? He's not a hero. He's a guy who gets stuff done, and sometimes you gotta shoot first
He did shoot
and
first.
ask questions later.
And make the run in 12 parsecs.
Yeah, the Kessel Run.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, too funny. Well, I'm gonna tie it back to the Frozen thing. How you could time up the audio with the.
Yeah.
I'm like that with Pitch Perfect.
Oh yeah.
First movie.
The first movie.
I know
just
every song and every dance move. So
See,
I'm with you on that.
I don't know all the dance moves. I know most of the songs, and because I've been singing for so long, I'm just like, there are a couple times where I'm just like, I could theoretically sing every part in these acapella songs for the guys, not for the
Of
girls.
course.
For the guys, and I'm just like, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to subject myself to that torment by just like putting that online. You know, the classic like spread out, like, you know, like 12 squares in a video and each one singing like, you're like, this is the bass, this is the hi-hat, this. Yeah, exactly. And also, there's an aspect of Pitch Perfect that I hate.
Which is?
In the beginning of the movie, for all of you Pitch Perfect fans out here, and even those who haven't, I'm going to explain this for you, but you'll recognize what I'm talking about.
I will listen.
In the beginning,
Uh-huh.
the male misogynist announcer says that no woman has won the championship because women can't hit those low notes, which makes them worse. Now, obviously, the way to you're just supposed to prove them wrong. If someone says that in an inspirational movie, it means that the women are going to win because they don't need to hit those low notes.
Exactly.
But when the woman gets her notes, all of a sudden she can hit low notes that is very obviously a male voice that they throw in there.
Yes.
So they're saying that, you know, they're just like by highlighting the necessity for at least one, which obviously male voice in the song, they're agreeing with they're agreeing with the announcer and saying, yeah, women songs suck, women a cappella groups suck because they can't hit those low notes. And that's why I hate that movie. I just hate that aspect. I know most if not all of the songs, but I'm like, you know,
she has notes.
yeah. She has notes.
I have notes. He said I probably won't be able to sing below a G.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Okay. For those of you who asked at home, I have a thing.
Okay.
I have a fashion thing because I know how many of you loved the upside down overalls. For
Thank
those
you.
of you who are just turning in this week, go and watch the first episode just for the upside down overalls. You'll know what I'm talking about. This is Adam's newest fashion thing.
All right, Mr.
Everyone
Fashionista.
everyone knows that truckers love trucker nuts. That you put
I
on
like
the
where
back,
this is going.
that you put on the back of the truck.
Okay, yeah. To show that you are a masculine dude on a giant truck who doesn't have a tiny penis.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it shows.
Okay.
What's another trucker fashion thing? I'll tell you what, it has the name trucker in it. Truckers' hats. Truckers' hats, while they're not what we would technically consider snapbacks, have the snapbacks on the back.
Of course.
Yeah,
yes.
they're not just fitted. They have it to adjust
So you
for
can
multiple.
fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think that we should make slightly smaller truckers' nuts that clip onto the back
my
of
God.
the hat,
Patent pending.
and they just rest. They just rest back there, and that way
pending.
you always know how much you're not compensating for anything. Because every time someone
a
says,
tiny nutsack.
like, "Hey Tim," and you have to go, "What?" All of a sudden you feel the nuts coming around and kind of slapping the back of your neck. So
okay.
that's why you're always reminded of your not fragile masculinity.
Of course. Do we put faux hair on them?
That's the next thing. Great minds think alike. In the winter,
Yes.
people wear wraps. They wear scarves to keep their necks warm.
Oh my God,
but,
that is beautiful.
But if you're a trucker, you're manly. You don't want any of those curly
No,
scarves.
you want a full nutsack.
You get fuzzy nuts that just hang and keep the back of your neck warm from all of that pesky wind, sleet, snow, all of that stuff. You just keep it back there, and it's like earmuffs, but for your neck and in the shape of testicles.
So what about people that drive giant trucks that aren't truckers? Are you saying just the whole trucker community in general, or the ones that have them just stupid lifted?
I'm just saying any person who would want to have trucker nuts or anything, also for women, because any woman, the woman equivalent, if you don't have the trucker nuts on the back of your
Would be the
truck,
boobs.
is not sexual, not boobs like that,
But just the outline.
It's the sign. The female equivalent, for those of you who don't know, is the sign that says "Silly boys trucks are for girls." That is the way of asserting your femininity through your trucks, while the other way is the men asserting their masculinity through their trucks. And
testicles.
unfortunately, I don't think that I would make anything that involves female genitalia that you can hang out, because that starts to get insensitive and whatnot and offensive.
Super insensitive, yeah.
Which is why we just make the ones that are fuzzy pink.
Okay.
And you could also take the pink ones and just, make them slightly ironic and say that all proceeds go to cancer research, breast cancer research during that 1 month when everything's pink.
Okay. All right.
So you get the trucker people just the same way that hipsters are just these unfashionable old people wear suspenders. I'm gonna wear suspenders ironically because I'm a hipster. People are gonna be like, those unfashionable truckers wear those trucker nuts. I'll wear them ironically and also support breast cancer awareness.
I like it.
So that's the next item in the line of Adam's unconventional fashion.
Okay, so we're gonna sell those at a 2-for-1 price.
Carcast podcast. See, the 2-for-1 is kind of a misnomer because you buy in one testicle at a time. So you're really getting the normal deal.
You're getting the normal deal.
We sell them one testicle at the time for those of you who want to put them on the
And
back
we
of
could
your
sell them for-
bicycle helmet
Yes.
for Mr. Armstrong.
And then we could sell them for testicular cancer as well.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And you could wear them with your upside down overalls.
Exactly. Yes.
For upside down.
So it really complements the upside down look because now all of a sudden your head is where the crotch would be in normal overalls.
And now you have them.
And now you also have a pair of testicles.
Or testy.
Or testy. Yes, just testy.
I'm trying to envision that.
It's a haunting image. I would prefer if you didn't because you'll just see it when you close your eyes.
But testicles are funny.
Testicles are hilarious, but sometimes they kind of go a little too far.
Yeah. Sometimes they go a little far.
They go very far. And, you know, if you want, we can make the elastic holding the testes
Biodegradable.
not just biodegradable, but specifically meant to degrade over time, just like natural biological testicles. So the longer you've had them, they start to sag.
Yes.
So if you buy them for someone in their 20s, by the time they're in their 60s, just like their normal biology,
It should.
it is keeping the small of their back toasty.
I like
Okay,
it. I
and that
like
way
it.
it's like a woman who has a ponytail, except in this instance, when you just like what, and it just swings around and just smacks you in the face.
So it's a pair of testicles, just
Just
right back on your face.
maybe it's
Fair enough.
sticky, just kind of slides off. Who knows? I don't know.
Were you sweaty? Were you?
I mean, I'm just saying that there's something we can do for everyone.
Of course. I wanted to jump in here
Customer's
real quick.
always right.
Customer's always right, although they're wrong. Any hoozle.
Any wisdom?
I just want to give a shout out to IKEA.
Okay.
IKEA.
For the meatballs?
No, just for their awesome cinnamon rolls.
For their breastfeeding?
Oh God.
Shout out.
Last
Throwback.
podcast.
Throwback Tuesday.
Watch it. When was Throwback Tuesday? I was at IKEA this weekend again, just enjoying a lovely walk around.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good place to go.
It was fantastic.
I'd go there more if it wasn't like a 45-minute drive from
I
my
know.
house.
And then hopping on 470 and people just there's a certain corner.
Disgusting.
There's a certain corner where people just never mind.
Yeah.
The one thing I have with IKEA is the people that walk against the arrow that is directing you through.
Mm-hmm.
What did you forget? I mean, because they have exit doors that you can cut through certain sections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you forget? That you have to walk in that maze against traffic and to get back to what you were looking at.
Yeah.
That's my whole question.
And why should you follow any different laws than if you're driving? If you're going downtown where everything's a one-way street,
you're not going to come back the other way.
Yeah, and you miss a turn, you're not gonna
Just reverse.
you're not gonna reverse and head the other way. You're just gonna pull a quick square, and then eventually you'll come back, and then
there.
you can go right back there. You don't just like throw it in reverse or start heading the other way, pull a U-turn or anything like that.
Exactly.
You just go all the way around, and IKEA is set up so you can do exactly that.
Exactly.
But instead, you have to fight against the stream like you're a goddamn trout.
And it's
Is it
usually
trout or is it salmon that go upstream?
Salmon are the ones that have to jump upstream.
Right. Salmon.
And it's usually
Biology.
the families that have like 10 kids that are
Always.
cutting against it. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
get a wrangle on them, put
It's
leashes
like
on them.
if a semi-truck driver did that in traffic too.
Exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I see what you're saying now. I just wanted to throw that in there. Shout out IKEA for your awesome
Shout
cinnamon
out.
rolls and your quick to build furniture.
yeah, I don't understand. People always say. I feel like there's a dichotomy to IKEA.
Yeah.
Where everyone says that the stuff is hard to put together. And then, okay, so the classic trope is IKEA stuff is hard to put together. And then the classic trope, and then there's a secondary trope, which is very much conflicting with the first one, where it'll show up, and the manly man that has been dictated that it is his job to put it together goes, I don't need these goddamn instructions.
You toss them out.
Toss them out. He's like, I'm a man. I can build it myself. And then they build it wrong. It's like they're easy to set up if you follow the instructions.
Yeah.
They specifically make it so you don't even need any language.
It's
They
not
use pictures and
Exactly.
everything. A 2-year-old could figure that
It's
one
not like
out.
you're building a Hunan or a Malm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you need instructions for those, by the way. Malm and a Hunan are...
The Hunan is like a maze.
Anyway.
I recently learned something from what is it? Another podcast, great podcast, the 99% Invisible podcast with Roman Mars.
Okay.
It's a great podcast. I recently learned that the generation after the millennials is now being referred to as Gen Z.
Yes, because I was reading something on Reddit about that.
Mhm.
Anyway, continue your point, and I will
Yes.
step in when it's possible.
Because it was just part of the study and something, but someone was referring to the next generation of kids that like all marketing, like young teens market is toward, is called Gen Z.
Of course.
Generation Z, for those of you who don't do abbreviations.
Yes.
Which means let's throw this back to second grade. We have the alphabet.
Okay,
You're
I
learning
will-
the alphabet.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Are you in this
I'm
headspace?
here.
Okay, cool. We have Gen X
Mm-hmm.
alphabet. W, X, Y, Z. There's a
Mhm.
Y there.
So we skipped Y.
We skipped Y. It went Gen X, millennials, Gen Z. Which is why I think we should rename millennials, have it include a Y. Have it MYLLENIALS.
I like it.
So it's millennials, kind of like mythical, but like millennials. So that way we keep with the alphabetic theme.
Of course, and we're
Alphabetical theme.
and apparently we get blamed for everything, and we would have thought to name the next generation Generation Y.
Yeah. But no, now that we've already established, I mean, I was okay with us not being millennial spelled weird until I learned that we went from X to Z. It's like,
Forgetting Y. It's amazing.
Come
I
on.
know. And I was reading a thing on it, the same exact thing about that.
okay.
About how we just are getting blamed for everything, and how Generation Z is like us included, a
Mhm.
part of us included, where we're just saving money
Yeah.
and not having babies, and it's hard out there. Y'all old
Hard out
timers
there.
have made it hard for us to live.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really really sucks.
It really does suck. And if you
Yeah.
don't have the proper education, then you're not going to get a job.
I wouldn't even say the proper education. I would say kind of similar. I would say the right education. Because
Yes.
you could have a proper education in like 26 fields, but there's only like 1 out of 27 fields who's going to give you a job. Like
That's
it's just like
true.
I could be properly educated in 10 or 20 things that the generation before us managed to make a living off of that don't
exist anymore.
that don't exist anymore.
Yes. Okay.
So I'd say it's not it's the right education. It's exactly what you would need.
Yes.
Exactly, like it's like, and my question is, why can't we have more of the same job? Because we're getting rid of jobs. Everyone knows it's happening. Automation is happening.
Yes.
Computers are happening. Jobs are just disappearing. Like
Yeah.
factory workers are all but gone, on their way out if they're not already
Like
gone.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. How his
Exactly.
dad was the manual.
Exactly. You would not believe the unemployment rate of Oompa Loompas.
Oh my God.
It
I don't
is
want to think about that right now.
astronomical.
I don't even know where they are. Where would they be?
Where I think they went back to the country they came from, Loompa Land. I don't know. It's been a while
I don't
since I
remember the
watched
name
that.
of that.
It was like Tafiki or something. It was weird.
Yes.
But what? And everyone's just like, people earning a high school degree today are earning it for degrees or like training for jobs that don't exist yet. And it's just like,
What?
why can't we just have more people who are like teaching or something? Why do we have to be like statistical data analysis for monkeys in subpar living conditions under the rule of a tyrannical dictator? Like, why
In
is
1982.
Yeah, exactly. Why do we have to keep making these new jobs when we can just have more of the same? Like, why do we have to make? And also, how do you know that people are how do you train someone for a job that doesn't exist yet? Is my question.
It would probably be in coding.
Probably be encoded. I
That's-
would think
that's
so.
what I'm
Something to do with
thinking.
computers.
Yeah. That's the only way I can think about it.
Yeah.
Also, Generation Z.
Z, yes.
Z parents, stop giving every
Well,
kid a
Z-
medal.
Z parents aren't. Z is the current generation that's like children. We're millennials.
Okay, so the parents.
So it's people. So it's kids that we would theoretically be having that would be around like anywhere from like 0 years old. Like someone pregnant would be with a Gen Z up until I think like 11 or 10 or 11.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
Millennial parents.
yeah, millennial parents. You quit giving every kid a medal. Okay, they're not everywhere you go gets a
Trophy
medal.
for breathing.
Exactly. You don't need that.
No.
You-
You don't need.
what you do is that you buy your kid some ice cream after.
Mm-hmm.
After you take a loss, you'll get them some ice cream. You didn't win the championship, so what?
Oh, so what?
You get better next season. Done. Quit giving every kid a freaking medal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just it's teaching the wrong message.
It is.
It's not about as much as learning things is about trying.
Yes.
existing in this world is about succeeding.
Exactly.
That's the problem, is that it's just like, good try. It's like, well, you don't get paid for giving a good try on a job.
Exactly.
On a.
You tried. Here's a pencil. So.
I tried to write a paper, but I failed.
But now here's a pencil for you.
So now I can try to apply for a job, but then I might fail.
Just a bit.
The blue ribbon I get for trying doesn't actually pay for anything. No,
it doesn't. But winners know how to succeed. You separate the winners and losers.
I don't know where you're going with
that.
I think that this is a great time to move up to the last topic that I have prepared.
Go ahead, sir.
Why does being cold make things more romantic? Think about it. If you and I right now, let's say there's a park nearby.
Okay.
If you and I were to just take a walk in the park right now when it's like 80 degrees, that's just
a walk in the park.
That's just a walk in the park.
Mm-hmm.
If all of a sudden it's like 20 degrees, now it's romantic.
Because we had to get bundled up.
Because you had to get bundled up.
And we have to walk real
which
close
is weird
now.
because you're getting bundled up, so you're actually putting on more clothes than when it's warm. You're showing less skin, and that somehow makes it more intimate.
Yes, because then once you get home and you get to freaky time,
then the striptease lasts longer because you have to take off like 5 additional
where
layers.
You're right here, you're thinking right in your frontal lobe.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah, it's added levels of foreplay just by existing in a winter wonderland.
It really is. Also, you're trapped in somewhere sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you want to get cuddled.
Yeah,
you want to get all kinds of cozy.
Yeah.
So.
And that's like, there are plenty of stuff where it's like, and I know some people are thinking, oh, well, Adam and Greg, it's because it's snowing. It doesn't even have to be snowy.
It can just be cold.
Snowy, I understand why things being snowy would make things romantic.
Oh, it ups the romantic factor from about here to like
the ceiling isn't high enough for us to put our hands.
Through the ceiling.
It has to. It's like
out the car.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, you know, if me and someone who there may be a little bit of romantic interest, like be a little bit of a spark
there. A little crush.
A little crush.
Okay.
If we go for a walk around a park, let's say the walk is around a lake in a park. You know, that's just kind of like, that's like, okay. That's like, huh? Mm-hmm. And it's like, all of a sudden, like right now, it's just like, okay, that's an attractive scenario.
Yes, it is.
All of a sudden, you're walking around a park, you're both bundled up, you got your mittens on, and the lake is frozen.
Oh my God.
You might as well just get married. Like, at that point, I don't think there's a force that can break up a couple that's walking around a frozen lake. I don't think that that's possible. I don't think it's funny because while it might be cold, all the problems melt away in these scenarios.
Oh my God, you are correct about that,
Oh
sir.
man.
Yeah,
Call me Charles Dickens.
Charles?
Mr. Dickens, actually.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Dickens. I can see why it makes it romantic. Me personally, when it snows, I stay inside.
Yeah, you just want to stay inside.
I don't go out. Unless it's to let my dog out. And at that point, I don't want to do that either. But she needs to pee and poop. And I like to see her jump in the snow.
That's the like one of the key points of having a dog.
I mean, that is the cutest thing ever. Yes. But at the same time, I have to walk back in, take off all the wet clothes, put on dry clothes again. It's just the whole undressing dressing thing. It's just,
I feel like it's imperative that you go outside at least once. If you want the full romantic experience, I feel like you need to go outside and then you need to come back inside. Because like the cold kind of sits in your bones and it takes a while to warm up, and that's when the snuggles. But like, unless we want to romanticize being poor,
no.
People are always just like, I just want to be snuggled up on the couch in like a blanket. It's like, no. If it's winter outside, I'm keeping the house warm enough so that I don't have to snuggle up into. I don't have to put on a sweater, fluffy pants, a blanket, and sip hot cocoa in my own house. But if you go outside and you kind of get like cold and then you have to spend like an hour or two warming up inside, that's the ideal condition. But if you just wake up, you're not just going to be like, wow, I am freezing.
Yes, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
I see what you're cooking, throwing down on the pan
Yeah.
of grease.
Now we're cooking with gasoline.
Now we're cooking with gas. What?
I don't know.
What?
I just said. We did.
Why are we cooking with gasoline?
I mean, it's for that added flavor. It's for that like post-apocalyptic flavor.
I guess we better get used to it.
It's gonna happen sooner or
Now
later.
will it do Mad Max
Y2K.
style? Okay, will it do Mad Max style where everything just dries up, or will we just be overrun with water?
Well, I think we have a higher chance of things just drying up because if Colorado is underwater, everyone else is it just sucks.
But it could be a beach for us since we're a mile up.
It could be beach. No, I'm not saying if it's beachfront property.
So where we are now, it could be beachfront property.
I'm just saying if right where we are now is not beachfront property, but like submerged, that's like Waterworld, dude. That's
and that
like,
movie was not good.
No, not good. Fish Man.
Made no
Fish
sense.
Man.
What was he doing?
Spoiler
What's
alert.
his name? Not Michael
I don't
Keaton.
even.
No,
I can't
no,
even
not Michael
remember.
Keaton. It'll get to me.
Last time I watched that, it was before I started paying attention to what actors were who.
He's in. I don't know. I've given up all hope.
Okay. Well, audience, maybe you'll figure it out. We've heard you. We heard you about the last one being too long. So
Sorry.
we kind of cut this one down for you. So, Greg, if people want more, if this isn't long enough for them, if they want more funny stuff out of you, then every Tuesday, what can they do to ensure some more Greg in their life?
They can follow me on Twitter at Superpowers42. Or Instagram, Powers of Greg. Snapchat, Powers of Greg. And Facebook, Greg Powers. So you can follow me there, all of them. I hardly post to Facebook anymore, but, it's what happens now. Twitter, mostly. Snapchat, rarely. Instagram, fairly amount.
Okay.
So, yeah. Give me a follow on all those. Adam, what about yourself?
Well, if you want to find me, then you can go to Twitter.
At the Twitters.
At Lundy Live.
Of course.
Same thing on Instagram.
Yes.
Same thing on Snapchat.
Of course. Smart
I have
thinking.
this nice thing set up where if I post anything to Facebook and it's 140 characters or less, or vice versa, but that's always required
Automatically
on
to
Twitter.
Twitter.
It automatically posts to both sides. So if
Automatically to Twitter.
you're like, I don't want to miss out on anything, but I'm only on Twitter. I don't want to miss out on anything, and I'm only on Facebook. You don't need to follow me on both. You don't need to have the fear
Of missing out.
missing out, especially
Missing out on-
Instagram.
Adam.
I don't post that much on Instagram, but it's the same thing.
Of course.
If I post a picture to Instagram, post it to both of the other things.
Of
So
course.
that way, you could, if you wanted, you could just follow me on one of them, and you get everything.
Everything.
That's triple the value.
Triple the value.
One of the price.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's-
Alrighty.
That is fantastic.
Okay. Well, we will catch you all next week. If you liked it, share it.
Do whatever. Get it to more people, please.
Yes. Tell your friends, be like, hey, these people, they funny. They make me laugh. Or, hey, these idiots don't know what they're talking about. Let's make fun of them.
Go ahead.
Any publicity is good publicity.
I'll take it.
Okay. I will see you all next week.
Next Tuesday. Goodbye, everyone.